Okay, so we're going to look at creating a training file. So we're in FB2 and click on the training module. Again, we're working within the training database here, so this window is going to pop up when you're actually creating your files. If you see this pop up, you're in the wrong database. You're going to want to log out and go into the actual operational database. So I'm going to clear this. I'm going to minimize our search window here. We don't need this, so we're going to click the double chevrons. Click on the green plus sign because we're adding a file. Alright. So right off the top here, we're going to want to make sure that we've got training selected, not work duties. With work duties, the subjects disappear. So it is training. If the file is for a date other than today, it automatically pre-populates with the date. We're going to go ahead and select the date that the training actually occurred on. We're going to input the default hours here. Select the station that this is being attached to and the location. Where did it occur? Alright, let's do physical fitness testing, and then who was the officer that was lead for this, or who was the firefighter that was lead? Okay. As we go through each tab, you're going to want to save it after, so you can click on the green check mark here or simply hit the enter key on your keyboard. Alright. Now we move on to our details. This is where we add the subjects taught. Okay. So you can do a quick search and try to narrow down the topic that you're covering, or you can do a bit of a search up at the top here. So if it was a weekly training and you're covering off competencies, if you know what the competency code was, you can go ahead and type it in, do a bit of a search for it. Let's say it's something to do with PPE. So here we have annual core competencies, EX01. Maybe that was the one that was covered off. I'm going to look for a physical fitness. Alright, so here we are, physical fitness test. It's found under the recruits, but it applies beyond recruits. Physical fitness testing. So we're going to add that in there. Yes, we're going to assign it. Alright, so next we're going to select that subject, and we have to add an instructor. If you don't have an instructor assigned, then it's not going to let you save. And the instructor can just be the person who's in lead. If this was a meeting, it would be the person who is chairing that meeting would go down here. So the word instructor is a little soft. It can mean instructor, it can mean the chair of a meeting. Essentially, it's the person who was in charge of that particular event. Next, we're going to go across personnel and attendance. This is still highlighted. We're going to add personnel to this. Okay, so we're going to go through and let's add people from station 1. Just randomly select some people here to the list, and then we're going to add in people from station 3. We're going to add them to the list. Now the station 3 people, we're going to go through and we're going to change that because there's a travel differential of 0.75 that has to be added on, so it's going to be 3.25, and I'm just selecting on each individual and I'm going to change the time for them. Alright. And I'll add myself in there. The instructor, whoever was your lead, whoever was your instructor, if it was actual training, you can check off the instructor for that person. If it was a meeting, instructor isn't important here. This little box here, what that does, if the individual is of a rank that's less than a captain, then as an instructor, you get your a captain's wage. If you are at a rank that is captain or higher, you will not go down in wage rate. So essentially, by selecting instructor, that identifies and lets payroll know that, hey, this person was teaching, they were the instructor for that particular session, and so they get at least the instructor's wage. Okay. Next, we go into our session notes. This is where we provide details of what actually occurred. So let's go. and then we're going to save it. So we have gone through and we have created a basic training report here.